So?
Yeah, I like.
There we go. Looks good.
Hey, I know it's another power station. This is a Blue Eddy 600 watt EB55. Now, let me turn this off. They want me to review this for you. It weighs 7 pounds. It's got a nice design. Here's where the input is. The 8mm takes an 8mm input. This is the one that I bought for my Jackeries. It's an adapter for 8mm for MC4. And I'll show you what I got. And it does not include one of these. I don't know why. The Okmo didn't supply one either. So maybe power banks companies are not offering the cords anymore. What they want you to do is buy the solar panel, and the cord for the solar panel is already attached. Well, Renogy, I like Renogy, and it doesn't work that way. Yeah. So it's a good thing I have a couple of these, because I have 2 Jackeries and I have 2 of these adapters. I like this particular power bank because it's LiFePO 4, which is short for lithium iron phosphate, or LFP for short. LiFePO 4 is one of the more recent rechargeable battery chemistries. LiFePO 4 has a better power density, and it also has longer life cycles. Now, the life cycle of a lithium battery is it goes up and then it goes down. It charges up and it charges down. When it's being used. So that's what they mean by life cycles. It has double life cycles than lithium ion batteries. Most of the previous Blue Eddies have lithium ion batteries. Both of my Jackeries have lithium ion batteries in it. And our iPhones and our Android phones have lithium ion batteries. So what do we have here? I have 2 ACs. Now, it's interesting. I did find out today that this is for plugging in with a plug that has a ground on it. But these are just holes. I don't know if you realize that when you plug your laptop or your microwave or your hairdryer or whatever that you're going to use in here for the AC, there's just a hole in here. It's where that little third plug, the ground piece goes into. But there's no grounding in here, and I did not know that till now. And I mentioned it to a couple other people, and they're like, I didn't know that either. If you have a Jackery, look at any of your power stations, it's got a hole, but there's nothing in there. Well, why? Why isn't this grounded for us? Well, because it's movable. You can't ground this in the ground to anything. I didn't know that. Did you? Well, if you really know a lot about batteries, of course you would know this, or if you're an electrician, but us normal serfs, we don't know stuff like that unless we're an electrician. Well, it's got the power button. Let me turn the power on. It's at 74%. It's got 2 USBs. And then it's got the Power Direct 60 watts. It's an unusual plug here, and I don't have anything that I would use this for yet. But I'm sure I'll come up with something. It's got two 12-volt DCs. And, of course, it's got your cigarette lighter thingy in there. Yeah. Here's your plug for solar. MC4. If I was going to do like we did, and I'll show you that Paul got out his Bluetti solar panel and plugged it in. I've never seen that on the side there. And then this is a light. Okay, yeah. Just give us some more light, yeah. So it's at 74%. Let me plug in my phone. I'm not going to plug in everything. Some people review it and they test out things. You can basically, you'll know what can go in here. This is 600 watts, okay? So if you have a hairdryer that uses 400 watts, this will work. Probably not for a long time, but it will work. There we go. I'm plugging in my phone. Oh, I got to turn this on. Hold it in. There we go. It says I have 33. I like that it tells me what's going on here. I have 9 watts hours leaving, output watts, and I have 34 hours that I could be charging this up with what's in here right now. Here's a plug for that, plug for this. And if I want to use AC, I just hold that in. And then this goes off. I mean, that's cool. It's a nice little unit. It weighs like I said, it weighs 7 pounds. And my main problem with this one is they sent it to me. And I cannot find a link. And they didn't send me a link. So as soon as I can get the link for it or a discount code, I will get it to you. But for right now, they've given it to me. I've been holding on to it for a while. This is rubber here. I like that. This is sort of a rubber. This is smooth. Yeah. Let's see what they sent me. This is for, and of course, yeah. See, there's your ground plug. But if you plug this in, it goes in there, but that ground plug goes in that hole. That way it'll fit. And then it looks like with this one, I have to turn it upside down so that fits in there. Yeah, you get it. And then they sent me a cigarette lighter. Yeah. So this goes in the side. And then this goes in my cigarette lighter if I want to charge it while I'm driving. But there was no solar plug. Maybe because there are so many different kinds of solar connectors. I don't know. But the last 2 power banks that I've received for review, there were no solar plugs. I got a little manual here. I looked at some YouTube channels that people were reviewing solar things. And they were reviewing these power stations in general. And I learned a lot. So let me fill you in on what I learned today. These power stations are basic, well, this has a LiFePO 4, so it's a little different. But these power stations are basically the same. What they do is they manufacture these. There's kind of a uniform basic design on the inside. Now, the shell is designed a little different, but inside is a basic design. And they just put it in a different shell with each different company, and they put a different name on it. Yeah. So these are basically the same. This one has a LiFePO 4, and yeah, LFP, lithium iron phosphate. They're expensive. Oh, yeah. I mean, these are expensive. My Jackeries are expensive. Now, the guy that I travel with, Paul, he has 2 Bluettis. I have 2 Jackeries. He likes Bluetti a lot. He likes the company. Now, the advice of some of the power station reviewers basically have said that because they're all so the same, you want to go with price and customer service. Because if you're just going with a brand name, but my friend does like Bluetti. Solar panel, I mean, it folds up really nice. And it's a 120 watt solar panel. And I like the way it folds up, really compact. It's a little bit thicker, but it really depends on the design of your rig as a nomad if you're going to be using these. Now, I like to use these. With the 600, I'm not really sure why they would want to go the 600. I mean, I understand 500, I understand 240, but when you start at 600, you're still kind of limited. Why not go 500? And if you're going to go that even higher, why not just go 1,000 so that you could be using like for a microwave and things like that. I don't know where the 600 comes in. But not only nomads like these. I mean, these are so handy. One area that I know that is superb is photography, outside photography. Or like if you're at a wedding and you've got an outside wedding and you're a photographer. These are perfect because you need to have power out there for your lighting, your cameras to charge them up, things like that. He mentioned the drones. I just saw yesterday on the beach, there was a huge drone. It was so cool. And they had a great big screen that they were watching what the drone was filming. So they had a couple of power banks. I don't know what a brand they were, but they had a couple of power banks out there. Yeah. Pool parties, tailgate parties. Yes. And what about your weekend campers? You can charge this up in your home on your AC, in using your AC plugs, and then just put this in your minivan, your high top, your SUV, and go. Get on the road for the week or the weekend. It's not a waste of money for me because it's easy for me. It's easy to use it. It's easy. I can park it easily in my van. I don't have to worry about an inverter or a controller or the batteries. Everything's in there. The only thing that isn't in here is the generation. And that comes from the sun. I can also generate this using my car batteries when I'm driving, or I can generate it by plugging it into AC. Those are the three ways that you can get this to generate power inside here. Now, some people call this a generator. It's not a it's not a generator. This is a power bank. It stores up energy. But this isn't just a bank. This is a station. Look at this. Look at the different station plugs. That's why they want to call this is a power station. It's not just a power bank. It doesn't just bank up and store energy. It stores it, and then it allows you to plug things in. But this does not generate anything. If you're going to use solar, your generator is the actual sun. And
Hi, Lee.
how long have you been using Bluettis?
Well, last fall, almost a year ago now, I knew I was planning a trip to Quartzsite for the winter for 2 or 3 months, and I knew I needed power. So I decided to do some research, and I looked at a lot of YouTube video reviews, and I felt that the Bluetti had the best review going. People were saying this is going to take over that other company that'll remain nameless, but so I went ahead and got the Bluetti, and it was a little bit less money too, as I recall. Sure. The first one I got is this 500 watt. I took this to Quartzsite with me last year, and it did a fantastic job. And actually, I borrowed a solar panel and charged it via solar panel out in the Arizona sun, and it charged up wonderfully and did a great job for me. I really enjoyed having all of that so I could charge anything I needed, my phone, my iPad. Nice light. Is it on?
No. Is it?
Okay, how are we doing? What's wrong here?
There we go. You have to turn it on in order to use the light.
Isn't that interesting?
That's interesting,
I,
yes.
I didn't know that. I don't, to be quite honest, I've never used the light.
And they all have these lights on them, and nobody uses them.
Well, if I were going to, I'd want this one rather than like the Jackery has a small, more like a flashlight, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
So I like this better.
Okay. How much did you pay for this one? Do you remember?
I want to say it was around $400.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. It's been
Okay.
almost a year now, but
Right.
I think it was.
Okay.
But yeah, I love this light, and it has the three standard settings.
Now, the plug is in the back here. The one that I reviewed previously is on the side.
Right.
So do you know what well, we'll get you the link, everybody, for this style. Yes.
Yeah, that's the input plug,
Yes.
where your solar panel or
Right.
car cigarette lighter or AC, if you're in a sticks and bricks home and so forth, that's where that would...
Did it come with a solar input adapter cord?
It did.
Okay.
It did. Yep, everything I needed.
Okay.
On the other side, of course, we have the outputs for a cigarette lighter connection there.
Now, this would be good for your Road Pro food
Right.
warmer upper.
What they call a trucker's oven.
Right.
Yeah. And then, of course, two AC connections.
And as we said, these are just holes.
They're just dummies.
They don't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, dummies.
No
yeah.
ground there. And then 4 different USB outputs, so that that's where I would plug in my phone or iPad.
Do you have anything that you use for those?
I don't. No.
I know.
Don't use them at
I
all.
think there's some cameras that use those. I'm not sure.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, it all you have to do is turn it on, and you can see right now it has just 2 bars. It's about almost time to power it up. If I'm going to use USB, then the next button down, I'll press that one. Of course, there's nothing plugged in right now, so it's not showing.
I thought that's for DC, but that's also for, the DC. Okay, that is labeled, DC is labeled with the USB. Okay, that's different. Let me see, AC, yeah.
Oh, AC.
Yeah, AC, DC. Hey, that was a band. AC, DC. Yeah. Bless you.
Okay, I've coughed, I've sneezed. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Well, we'll see.
You know, one thing I
Yeah.
like about this,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal, but see these handles? I mean, that makes it very easy to carry.
Yes.
But a lot of times I'll set it right down here on the floor between my seats,
Yeah.
and I fold these down. I can put a cup of coffee. I can set my iPad on top of this because it's a nice flat surface.
I
Whereas
like it.
Some of these have a handle that is built in, and there's no way that I know of that you can
Yeah.
set something on there. So
Yeah.
this is very nice. I like that.
Okay. I do too. Well, let's see your next one. So you liked Blue Eddy so much. What did you do?
Well, I'll tell you,
Okay.
when I got back from Quartzsite in March of this year, I decided that worked so well, but I found that invariably I would kind of neglect to charge it when I should, and I needed to charge my phone or whatever, and so I ordered another one.
Da-da-da-da. Is it the same series?
It's the same series. It's a 500 watt. It still has the light on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It has
Same
the
design.
Same
Different
design,
color.
same exact connections on the front. It works the same. So now, what does this one have?
3 bars.
3 bars there. So now, I keep one up here, and I have my cigarette lighter adapter plugged in, so that if I'm traveling, if I have a travel day, I'll just plug this into the back here, into the input from my cigarette lighter, and charge it up as I'm traveling. Works great.
Now, did this one come with a solar cord adapter.
It did. Yes, ma'am.
And I believe it's right there.
That's it. Yep.
Okay. All right. So you really appreciate these. Now, this is a 500 watt. The review for today was a 600 watt. Can you see any reason to just go up 100 watts on a power bank?
Well, it depends what you're going to power. We should probably try that 600 watt on the microwave. That microwave needs up to 700 watts. So it'll be close. I don't know if the 600 watt would power a 700 watt microwave or not. We'll have to try it.
Yeah, it just seems to me that I just wanted your opinion that if you're gonna go up, go to 1,000. Don't just go up 100.
I would.
What's the sense of it?
I would.
Maybe to put the price up. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is a LifePo 4.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and you also have those one lights. What else do you have to power up that you need to charge up? You have one of those lights that you touch. In fact, you're the one that told me about it.
Right.
You touch them and they change color?
Yep.
That has to be powder.
Tall one.
Yeah.
I have a set of lights that go around my van that I can plug in to one of these. It's also USB. I use one of these. I have a cooler here, and in the evening normally, if it's been a hot day, I'll get out my USB fan, set that on the cooler along with one of these units, and plug that USB into it so I can run the fan all night. It takes very little power out of the unit here, and I run the fan all night. So there's a number of different things that need power that I've utilized and really appreciate.
Have you ever had to use customer service for Blue Eddy?
You know, I haven't, which I wish I had, only so that I could tell you how it was, but I haven't had any need to call customer service, haven't had any problems whatsoever. So I really can't tell you how customer service performed.
Well, you have been here. The Okmo is over here by the microwave, and you have seen the Jackeries, of course, and the Okmo and the Blue Eddy now. Maybe you've seen other ones, I don't know. In your opinion, is there a better one?
Well, I have two Blue Eddys that have performed flawlessly. If I wanted to buy another or get 1,000 watt or 2,000 watt or whatever larger, I'd go with Blue Eddy. I'm sold on Blue Eddy.
I'm getting sold on Blue Eddy too. So, well, I wanted to get your opinion on this so you could share it with our viewers.
Well, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
You bet.